Hi everyone, it's Danielle here. I am doing a solo playthrough of this new roll and write by Moonbound Games. And this one's called Roam and Conquer. So on the top left here, you'll see the cover of the rulebook. And I have printed out one of the maps, Isle of Torcello. Hopefully I said that correctly. And I decided to laminate it this way, I don't waste paper. I have my marker, dry erase. You do need 4d6 dice. Dice tray optional, I guess. And yeah, I'm excited to give you guys a preview of what this will look like. We've got 20 days that this game will span across. And there's a couple of things to explain on this game sheet. So I'll start from the top right. So top right, there is a compass, and that's supposed to be a 1 at the top. So let's write that in. My printer was not able to print all the way to the edge, and that's okay. So there's the 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It just goes around clockwise, and this is your compass, your direction. This is where you'll score. And basically, you'll be collecting some of these skills or items on your throughout your days, and then you'll eventually multiply them or gain the value listed, and then you'll total up your score. Here, this is where you'll track your days. Goes from 1 to 20. And then here, you'll see 6 buildings. And the idea here is that you're building the building from left to right with the die value. And then at the end of each row, you'll see some rewards. So you'll either gain VP, collect items, or skills. On this left side, you'll be able to kind of track where you place your dice or how you use your dice. So when you roll the 4 dice, you'll use every single one at some point throughout your turn. And then over here, you track your strength. And here you track your leaders. You get one pre-circled, and that means it's available for use. So when you collect these strength and leaders, you circle them, and when you use the leaders, you cross them out. You won't be crossing out any of the strength. They will just give you additional strength value throughout the game. When you get to your 3rd leader that you acquire, you can re-roll all 4 dice. That's something you can use that leader for. Otherwise, you are going to plus or minus by 1 the value of the die. Now looking at the map itself, there are a couple of icons to be aware of. This is the brown flag that you'll start your journey on. You'll see this red icon. This is an army. And this will have a base value of 3. And that has to do with how much strength you'll need to defeat this. This is a leader. So if you were to land on this and acquire a leader, you'll be able to circle a leader on this track and use it on a future turn. This is a strength. So if you were landing on this hex, you will gain this strength, and you'll track that by circling this sword here. All right, and then here you'll see this anchor icon. This is a port. So that will allow you to go from land to sea. What else? These are VPs, and I do have to double check what that science icon is. And that is technology. So you can gain technology as well if you were to land on it. And then there's coins. So if you were to pass through the coins, you'd be able to collect those. If you were to collect all 4 throughout your game, you get plus 10 VP. There are some landscaping items to be aware of. You have mountains, which don't affect travel, but they will affect line of sight when you're trying to target an enemy or an army to defeat. And then there are shallow waters, which you cannot cross. So when you go and hit this shallow water, you have to stop. You cannot continue moving forward. And then lastly, you see these icons here. These are basically undiscovered lands. And if you were to discover these, you get plus 2 for each land discovery. Just something to note that besides discovering lands and collecting gold, you have to actually land on items to collect them. All right, so that's something to note. And I think, I'm just gonna dive into this playthrough, and then you'll really see how this game plays. I find this game to be a very light rolling right. I think you'll see it'll play pretty fast, as long as you don't have any analysis paralysis going on, because there are some meaningful decisions to make. Because if you decide to go one direction and then not end up being in line of sight to take out an army, that could impact the rest of the game. But let me get started. Okay, I got a 2, 3, 5, 5. So first, you explore, and that's what this icon is for. This is for the direction, and then this is for the movement. So with that, again, you start at the brown flag. Let me just kind of circle that as a starting point. And then I'm going to decide which direction I can take. So I can go in this direction, and this direction. And I think I will try to take out this enemy. So I'm going to choose the number 5 to go this way. And then I'm going to choose the number 2 as the number of steps I could basically take. And when you reach the edge of a land, you must stop. You have to stop, unless there's a port, and then you could kind of keep going in any direction that's attached to the port. But we'll take a look at that later. So I'm going in this direction onto the enemy hex, and I have to stop just at one movement, although I had up to 2 to take. Next phase would be the attack. So I have to choose out of the 2 remaining dice a value that will allow me enough strength to take out this enemy or army. So this army requires 3 strength. So 3 strength is all I need, and I've got this 3 here. So that covers me, and so I get to cross it out. So in an instance where I wasn't actually on the enemy, I could have actually tried to defeat this one. Line of sight to one of the armies or ships that could be defeated means that I can go there within a straight line. So I could have actually targeted this army, but I decided to just do the one that I was on. I would have needed 3, which is the base strength required to take out an army, plus the distance that I would have needed to take to get there. So I would have needed to do 3 plus 1, 2, 3, which is a roll of a 6. So I would have needed a 6 valued die to defeat this army, which I did not have. I could, of course, have used the leader to increase this 5 to a 6, and then at that point I would have been able to defeat that army. But I didn't want to waste a leader to do that at this point. So I attacked, and now we go into the building phase. So the building phase is looking at these 6 buildings and utilizing a die value, making sure that it matches one that's on the leftmost track of any of these six buildings. So I have a 5, and only one of these buildings actually have a 5 as the leftmost value. So mark that off, and hopefully I'll be on my way to get at least 6 victory points with this building. And that is the conclusion of day 1. Pretty simple, right? Okay, let's roll for day 2. I rolled a 1, 3, 5, 6. Let's explore and determine the direction I will take. Yeah, I think I'll go in the 3 direction, which is this way. And then I had to figure out how much movement I would want. One movement would not be enough. I think at least 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I wouldn't be able to get any enemies actually with any of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would end up here. And then there would be no enemies in my line of sight, either here or at the 6. But if I went to the 1, there would be. So I guess I'll use 1 as a movement. And go here. Oh wait, no. I'm here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I moved 1, I still wouldn't be in the line of sight of anything. I'll save the 1 maybe for building, and then I'll choose a 5 just for the sake of it, and go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it's the attack, and I don't have anything I can attack, so at this point I could really put any die here. But let me think about the building. Which die would be the best to use for building? And I think I'll be using the number 6. So that means the 1 will be placed here. Okay, 6 crossed off. So again, you have to start from left to right whenever you fill out these tracks. Alright, and that is a conclusion of day 2. Okay, wow. They're all 5s, so there's not much decision making to be made here unless I want to use a leader to change one of these to a 4 or a 6. So located here, a 5 would maybe go this way, which is okay. I'll do that. So moving as much as I can, 5 spaces, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I have to stop here. I've reached the edge of the land. And I have to attack if I can. So I do have line of sight to this one, and I will need a strength of 5. So again, this army has a base strength required of 3, and it is 1, 2 spaces away. 2 plus 3 is 5. Luckily, I do have a 5, so that's enough strength to take this army out. Now for building, I have a 5, but unfortunately, I really needed a 1, 3, or 2 to make any impact on these buildings. And I don't have a spot that I could cross off a 5. So unfortunately, I have to skip the building, and that's my turn. Okay, some variety here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I can make my way to a port. So if I went up, I would be able to go up here, but I wouldn't end at the port. So let's see what I can do here. I will actually go down to this port, and then I'll move 2. No, I need to move 1, 2, 3. At least 3, I guess. So I'm at the port. I wish I had at least another number higher, because then I could actually get into the sea this turn, but it doesn't look like I can. Alright, so I'll move 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm at the port, which means potentially next turn, next day, I can make it off into the ocean. Attacking, I do not have anything that is eligible to be attacked. I'm still on land, so I cannot attack this ship. Now, in terms of building, I will use the 2 for building, and I'll mark off this 2 just to get that one started. Alright, now day 5. 1, 2, 3, 3. So I'm definitely gonna try to go into the ocean, but I won't have enough strength to take out this ship if I have line of sight. So this ship requires 5, and then obviously the distance in addition to that 5. So let's see here. I'm going to maybe I'll stay on the land actually and move to, should I move to direction of 2? Or yeah, I'll move in the direction of 2 and move 3 that way. I don't know if that was the best idea, but direction of 2 is this way. 3, 1, 2, 3. Fortunately, I could not collect that technology. I didn't land on it. Next, I could do an attack. Nothing is in line of sight except this one, which is too far. I would need 3 plus 1, 2, 3. Oh, line of sight is actually blocked by the mountains. So I actually don't have line of sight to that enemy. That's okay. So in terms of building, I do want to focus on the 1. So I'll do that. I'll mark this off. And just, maybe I should focus on getting some strength. That's what this track would get me. Alright. I have a 3, 4, 5, 5. I will go into the direction of 3, which is this way, and then I'll move 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And this will be counted as a space because at least half the hex is showing. So that's why I do get to go land on that one. And then in terms of an attack, this is in line of sight, and I have more than enough strength to do it. I would have needed 4 because 3 plus a distance of 1 is 4, and I have a value of 5 to defeat this. So let's cross that out. And then I have a 5 to build. Now build it here. Okay. So you can see the turns go pretty quickly. Okay, I like the idea of going up, which is the 1. I go up this way. And then I'll go 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm at the port, which means I can finally get into the ocean now with my final move, and I could go into this, or this hex. I'll go here because I would want line of sight into this ship if I could attack it, but I don't have enough strength to do it anyway. So one of these 4s would just be wasted at this point. And then I'll build with the 4, crossing this off. Alright, well I'm in the ocean. Let's see if I can get there. If I can get here would be nice, because you get +2 for each land discovery. Yeah, so I'll use 2 and 2. So that's moving in this direction. 1, 2. So I got 1 land discovery. And then attacking, I would need to have 5 plus 1, 2, which is 7 strength, which I definitely don't have. So forfeiting my attack, basically. I have a 4 and a 3, and I have to use the 3 to build because that's the only number I can use. The 4 is not useful here. And that's the end of that day. Day 9. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 5. You know, I think I'll stick with one, and then 3 maybe? No, let's see. I'll move 5. No. But 6 would be good to have. No, I don't think so. Let's focus on the discovery, I guess. So as long as I pass through the undiscovered land, I could discover them. So I'm going to do 1 as a direction and then 3 as a movement. So 1, 2, 3, and I've gotten those 2 land discovered, and now I have a 5 and a 2. Attacking, nothing's in line of sight of this location. So just looking at what I can build, I'm going to use the 5 to build. Alright, let me keep going. Ooh. 5, 5, 4, 1. I guess. Not great, actually. What can I do here? I could move in the 5 direction and move 1. So I would just be moving here. And then attacking, nothing to be attacked at this point. And then building, I have a 4 and a 5. And the 5 is going to be useful in the building, so I'll do that. Alright, 1, 2, 5, 6. The 6 is going to be useful. I'm going to save that for the building because I want to try to get this extra 1 strength. Ooh, I'll get a leader. So I'll use 1 for direction, 2 for the number of steps. 1, 2. Got 1 leader. Now I have 2 leaders to use. And then attacking. Oh boy. Should I use the 6 to attack? I think so. I'm going to use this 6 to attack because the ship is 5 and then it's 1 away, so I need 6 strength, so I'll do that. And then this 5, you know what? I'm going to use a leader. I'm going to use a leader to change this 5 to a 6. Too tempting. And then I'll cross out this 6 and I gain this strength. So now I have 1 extra strength. So I could potentially have at most 7 strength because 6 plus 1 is 7. Alright. Okay. 1, 5, 5, 5. Yeah, let's go into the 5 direction and move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Attack. I don't have anything in line of sight, so let's look at what I can build. I have a 1 and a 5 here. The 1 is the only one that's useful for building, so let's do that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 5. I will move in the 3 direction and 2 movement. So 1, 2, 3. Should I? 3. I'll end up here. Move 1 and Decisions. Yeah, I think I'll open more opportunities if I did do this move. So 1, 2. And then in terms of attacking, there's nothing to attack. So the 1 and the 5, I'll use the 1 because the 1 is most useful here. Alright. 6, 6, 5, 3. So the 6s look good. I'll move in the 6 direction. Should I? I know I say that a lot. If I move in the 3 direction, I'll be going this way. And then nothing would be in line of sight. Man, these rolls were not great. I guess I could go in the 3 direction, just hit this wall. I can see what happens there, I guess. But then none of these, none of these dice are good for the building phase. I don't have to worry about that. So I'll go in the direction of 3 and then move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hit a wall, so I can't go anywhere else. Then I'm left with 6s, which are useless in attack and building, so I can't do anything there. So that was a bit of a pointless turn, but I did move my location. 2, 3, 5, 6. So I think the 6th direction would be probably most fruitful. And then moving 2. So 1, 2, this is where I landed. And then if I were to take out the ship, I need 6 strength, and I have it because I have this 5 plus this 1 strength that I gained. So I take that enemy ship out. And then I have this 3 to build, which I'll cross. Oh, I can't cross anything off, so that's that, unless I use a leader. Should I? I think I will. Why not? I use that leader to cross this off, because I would have made this 3 into a 4. Now I've gotten 8 victory points at the end of the game. Okay, 2, 2, 3, 6. So I'm here right now. And two, 2, 3, 6. Man, I didn't make it to any of these on this side. Maybe I could make my way there. I have to get to a port though. So if I did 6, I'd be going this way. 2, 3. So I guess I'll choose 6 as a direction. And then just choose 3 here because I do want the 2 for building, but I could use the other 2. Let's see. So I'm going 6 and then 3. 1, 2, 3. So I'm here. And yeah, no attacks with this because if I attacked this, it would be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I don't have 9 strength. So skipping my attack, but I'm building. Go here. And then that's my turn. I have a 1, 3, 5, 6. And then with that, I'll move in the 1 direction. And then move up 3. 1, 2, 3. and then I have the 6, which is what I need to take this enemy ship out. Because it was 1 away, and the base strength needed to defeat it is 5. And then I'll use the 5 to build, but there's nothing for it to be. Yeah, I can't cross anything out with the 5. Alright, 2, 3, 5, 6. Okay, so I might be able to grab that VP. I'll go in the direction of 3 and then 2. So 1, 2, I get that VP. Then have a 5 and a 6. I can't attack anything, so let's see. I'll use the 5 for building. I'm sorry, the 6 for building. So I'll cross this out. Okay. 2 more days to try to optimize my score. I have a 6, 3, 3, 1. I did not gain as much strength as I should have, probably. I can move in the 6 direction, or I could get gold if I move in the 3 direction. Let's do that. 3 direction, and then I'll choose a 1, I guess. Technically, I could just move through it and collect it, but that's fine. And then nothing to attack. I'll use the 6 to build this, and I get 6 victory points at the end of the game. Then my last roll of the game. 1, 2, 3, 6. Can I do something meaningful here? I guess I could try to get the strength. Well, I can't because it's not the right. I needed a 5 to get to this side. 1, can't go there. 2, nothing good. 3 is not useful either. And then 6 is not great. Oh boy. There's really not too much I can do with this final roll. So what can I do to optimize this? Can I get... No, there's nothing. Okay, even for the building wise, there's nothing for me to optimize there, unfortunately. Alright, let's just play this out. So I'll move in the direction of 6. I'll move 3. So 1, 2, 3. I end up here. I have a 1 and a 2. Can't do any attacks. And I will use the 2 to build towards this building. And that was day 20. So now we'll get to scoring and we'll count how much strength. I only gained 1. Which, I'll write down the score actually. So it's 2 I got. And then technology, I did not get any. So that's 0. I did not collect all 4 gold, so that's 0. VPs, I did get some stuff. So I got 2 plus 8, which is 10, plus 6, which is 16. And then armies, I did defeat 1, 2, 3. So that's 15. And let me make that a little more clear. And then for ships, I defeated 1, 2, 3. So that's plus 3 for each ship defeated. So that's going to be 9. And then I did not end up getting this this type of building, so I didn't get plus 10 VP, so it's going to be 0. And then I get plus 2 for each land discovery, so it's 2, 4, 6. And then at this point, I will be adding up my score. So let's take a look. That's going to be 2 plus 16 plus 15 plus 9 plus 6, which is 48. And what's cool about this is you also get this kind of log. So let me show you what that looks like. I printed it out on black and white. But for each map that you would be able to print out, there are some titles based on your score. So I got 48, and so that makes me an explorer because I did not surpass 58 points. All right, well, that was Roam and Conquer by Moonbound Games. And yeah, like I said, it's a pretty light roll and write. I think it's very enjoyable. There's some meaningful decisions to be made, which makes it a little bit more strategic. I hope you did get a good overview of this game so that you know whether or not it's for you. Definitely check out the Kickstarter if you're watching this close to the upload date. But yeah, very enjoyable. This is super easy to print out, grab 4 D6s and just get a game going. If I didn't do so much talking, I could get this game done probably within 25 minutes or less. But yeah, very, very enjoyable game, and I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching.